Hi, I'm Diane Wallace. Welcome to Adorama TV. Today I get to show you the brand new Nikon D7100. This is the eagerly anticipated upgrade to the D7000 that was a very popular camera from Nikon. It was the flagship for enthusiast shooters. So I want to tell you about this new camera. It's got an APS sensor, it's 24 megapixels, and that is the highest rated and the highest resolution sensor in its class. It's an excellent sensor, and you're going to get great results with this in all different kinds of lighting situations. It's missing, though, the low pass filter. And what that means to you is that even in low light situations, you're going to get really nice, clean, not noisy images. Now, they do say that you'll see a little bit more moire patterning with it, but honestly, I didn't see that when I was shooting with this camera. Now, if you're familiar with the D7000 and you look at the 7100, you'll see very little differences. It's really laid out almost exactly the same way. I think there's two buttons that have switched places, but otherwise it's very easy to get around, very easy to navigate, and will be very familiar to you. One thing on the back of the camera that I do want to point out is this little eye down here. This I button is for information, and when you push it, you'll see lots of the most commonly used features of the settings of your camera right here on the LCD screen. It's just a really convenient way to get to those if you need to make some changes on the fly. Let me tell you about how fast this focusing is on this camera. I have to tell you, I was very impressed. It has 51 autofocus points. Now, that actually borrows from the D4, which is Nikon's professional level body, and it really is quick. I had this out yesterday at a shoot indoors, no speed light on, and I couldn't believe how fast and responsive the focusing was. And no matter if I was looking through the viewfinder or on the LCD screen, and this is a nice big screen, if you can see it's 3.2 inches, I could really see where my focus points were, and it was very, very responsive. It did a great job. A really cool feature about the D7100 is auto ISO. And what this camera does is a little different. It will actually set your ISO for you based on the millimeters, the focal length of your lens. So you don't have to worry about camera shake. A lot of times when you're in low light situations especially, you end up shooting too slow and your camera moves and you get not tack sharp pictures from that. With this camera in auto ISO mode, it will actually correct that for you by adjusting your ISO. And again, at the higher ISOs, you get nice clean images. So you really have very little to worry about. It makes it really easy to get really nice, sharp pictures. Some great features that we've come to know and love from Nikon. There are some customizable modes right on the top of the camera, so when you twist this dial where your shutter and your manual positions are, there's U1 and U2. We saw that on the Coolpix A as well from Nikon, so they're using this in lots of their cameras now, and it makes it really easy for you to get to your favorite functions, your custom settings really quickly, so that's well done. This camera also has something called spot white balance, which makes white balancing much simpler. We always fight with that as photographers. You don't have to fill up your whole frame with a gray card or just plain white flat space anymore. Now you can just use a single portion of your frame to tell the camera to use that as white, which makes it much more convenient if you're trying to shoot quickly or trying to shoot on the fly. You no longer have to change your whole setup just to get your white balance set. So thank you, Nikon. The D7100 from Nikon is really a terrific camera. It's got a great feel to it. It's a nice weight. I can tell you, compared to the other cameras I was shooting with yesterday, this was the lightest for sure. It's got a nice grip and a nice feel to it. I'm actually using the 18-105 VR lens. It was very fast, very sharp. I had a great time using this camera. Thanks so much for watching. You can get more information on the Nikon D7100 and lots of other cameras as well online at adorama.com. Look at the Adorama Learning Center for more information specifically on this camera and where to buy it. Thanks so much.
For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 8 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.